Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Today we are resuming from where we left off with the fight at the Ryudo Temple. So honestly, I'm not gonna give some big explanation of what happened last episode. We just we just went to the new day. That's where we are. It's I wasn't sure if we had just gotten home, if we were at a new day. So we're at a new day, so let's see what's going on here. Excuse me. Last episode was really good. I hope this one, I mean, be nice if this one can match it. If not, if it's a little slower, that's fine too, but... Oh, here we are again. When I come to, I'm in a strange place. The barren land is endless, and I can't see past the horizon no matter how hard I try. The unceasing wind stirs up the golden sand, stinging my eyes. I stand absent-mindedly in it all. There's no need to hurry. I know this scenery. I remember seeing it in a dream before, so I understand this is a dream and wait for the dream to end. Oh. I suddenly feel something strange on my arm. A metallic sound. I wonder what it could be and roll up my sleeve. There's my arm, as a sword itself. It's gotta be frightening. Yeah. I believe that'd be frightening. If we hadn't already, like, seen that before in, the Fate route, that would have been something. But, you know, when he was like, something metallic on my arm, I was like, oh, yeah. Probably gonna be, his swords. I jump out of my futon. I check my right arm before I notice I'm in my room. It's fine. My right arm is my right arm. It's not steel, nor is it a sword. I sigh with relief. I don't know why I saw a dream like that, but it might have to do with me making a contract with Saber. The dream itself, except it seems more like you're dreaming of Archer. Given, like, what last episode we saw some kind of what we assumed to be Archer's backstory. But I mean, it is probably because you're a master, but I don't know why he'd see Archer, like, stuff about Archer instead of stuff about Saber. Interesting. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Don't really have any interesting theories on that, so.
機会があったら遠坂に聞いてみるか。と、それより朝飯の支度をしないと。
It's before 6 o'clock. Even though Sakura won't be here, Saber and Fujini are still here. It's too late if I'm going to make breakfast for 3. I head to the living room quietly. I stop and try to figure out how they're doing on the other side of this shoji. I hear Fujini's half-asleep breathing and Saber's regular breathing. I must have let my guard down as I try to imagine how it looks in there. I hide my blushing face with my hand and breathe in the cold air.
修行不足だ。朝飯にしよう。朝飯。
Shiro doesn't change in some regards. I shake my head and walk away, but it's not good for my mental health to have girls staying in the same house as me. Fair enough.
それじゃ先に行くけど、一人だからって遅刻してダメよ。
はいはい。藤音こそ朝のお勤め頑張ってくれ。
ありがとね。シロ、朝ごはん美味しかったよ。
Yeah, I've heard he seems like he's pretty good at that. At cooking. unlike Fujini herself. Whew. Her food was awful. That was really funny, honestly. Fujini bows and heads to school.
さて。
I still have about 30 minutes. I'm already done cleaning up, so I'll act on the decision I made yesterday. Are we training? The wounds and bruises from last night have healed. I have some time, so I go and train with Saber. The sounds of our Shinai echo. The clashings sound rather impressive. Clashings, excuse me. I guess I can't take the phrase learning by watching others too lightly. Just imagining a role model makes my Shinai lighter and easier to handle. Who are you imagining as your role model, Archer? As usual, Saber's repelling my attacks without losing her breath. But is something wrong with her this morning? Until yesterday, I would have received a counterattack and been knocked unconscious the instant she parried me, but her counters are avoidable today if I become desperate. Well, by avoidable, I mean I don't get knocked unconscious. Saber's counters are still very effective. I mean, I know I certainly wouldn't be complaining about not getting knocked out over and over again. I put my Shinai down and take a breath. The clock is already pointing at 8 o'clock. It's been an hour since I started fighting Saber. Whoops, he's gonna be late. It's true that Saber wasn't up to par, but I could react better to Saber's attacks, and I was so into it that I forgot about time.
いや、汗かいた。けど、セイバー、今朝はどうしたんだ？なんか昨日に比べて厳しさを感じなかったけど。
Boy, you better hope it's something serious. Because if it's something not serious and she was just being nice, she's about to put the fear of God into you. Like...
そのようなことはありません。私は昨日と同じように打ち合いました。
Okay, never mind.
それを軽く感じたのは、シローの技量が上がっているからです。
Maybe his time grinding and his time spent with Archer have just, like, made him naturally understand more. He said, you know, he kind of learned by watching. So maybe he's, and, you know, has, like, a role model. So maybe he's kind of taking up Archer's style after watching him yesterday. And is just genuinely improving. It would honestly be really cool to see, like, Shiro get to the level of, like, Archer at, like, sword combat. That would be insane.
技量が上がってるって、俺の?
Saber nods. He doesn't seem like flattery, and Saber's not one who would say such things. Yeah, definitely not.
それは
驚きました。シローの技量は昨日とは別人です。
そうかな。いや、そんなことはないだろう。単にセイバーの調子が悪かっただけだ。昨日の今日で腕前が上がったりしたら、市販代は商売上がったりじゃないか。
Nah, Saber knows exactly what it is. He totally modeled his style after Archer upon seeing it yesterday. She's gonna call him out for that.
それは同感ですが、そうですね。具体的に言うと、型に無駄がなくなりました。シローはもともと体は出来上がっていますから、適した剣筋を身につければ、それだけで一段階上の剣士になれるのです。
型に無駄がなくなった。
Come to think of it, my body did move well this morning. Felt like my Shinai automatically parried sabers, even though my body couldn't react to it. So it's those instincts again. Is that what it is then? What is the cause of those? Like, or why are they so much more defined in this route? I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe I'm dumb to not realize what it is, but I honestly have no clue why they are so much more relevant in this route so far. I mean, it's got to be something to do with Archer, right? Okay. No, that seems like a stretch, because they were emphasized even before he'd really met Archer. I just said it had to do something with Archer because of the fact that Archer is so much more prevalent in this route. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
やはりそうでしたか。私に指示すると言っておいて、アーチャーの剣筋を手本にしたわけですね、シローは。
So Shiro knew what he did. He just didn't expect it to improve him by that much. She must have already known, and she glares at me. Oh, she doesn't seem happy. Or well, not that she doesn't seem happy, but...
やっぱりわかるのか、そういうの。
Of course she can tell. What?
当然です。もともとシローには基本となる型がありませんでしたから。それに筋が一つ通れば、誰が見てもわかります。
She looks away as if she's disappointed. She's like, really? Like, you're really just gonna steal the style of another servant? Like,
いや、セイバーをないがしろにしたわけじゃないんだ。ただ、昨日はずっとあいつといたから、頭にこびりついたっていうか。
いいえ、私に断らずとも結構です。
yeah.
シローが強くなる分には、私も文句はありませんから。
Maybe not in the way she anticipated, but I mean, getting stronger is getting stronger, right? Liar. What is it with that disappointed face? I was gonna say, she's looking at us like, really? Taking the style of our enemy, of an opposing servant? Are you serious, Shiro? Can't believe you. That's the face. That's what that face says to me.
だからすまなかったって。それにな、セイバーを手本にするって言っても、俺にはセイバーがどうやって反撃してくるのか見えないんだぞ。体格も違うし、手本にするのは無理があるだろ
う。なかなかに正論です。では、私はあくまであなたの練習相手ということですね。
Yeah, I guess you just got demoted. I feel like I've gotten myself into a deep hole.
この件について追求するのはやめよう。とにかく少しは俺だって戦えるようになったってのは確かなんだから。
Yeah, a little bit.
何を言うのです。確かにシローの技量は上がりましたが、それはあくまで最低限戦えるというレベルです。
I was gonna say, it doesn't mean you should suddenly start fighting servants, but I mean, if you somehow ended up in a sword duel with Shinji, I feel like you'd probably have a good chance.
私やアーチャー、バーサーカーと向き合えるものではないのですから、間違っても単独で戦闘など挑まないでください。
Saber declares so. It seems like she's a master that's remonstrating an elated student, and it brings a smile to my face. How charming can this cute master be? Yes, bro just likes cute girls, what can you say? I get to school an hour late. The hallway's filled with students because it's break time. The class must have just ended for 2C, as many familiar people are coming out of the classroom.
よ、お疲れ。なんか知らねえけど、タイガー怒ってたぜ。4次元目は覚悟しとけとさ。
Probably because Shiro was not there.
そうか。今日の授業、英語があったっけ?
I greet the classmate that gives me the ominous news. Ominous. The instant I get to the door to go into my classroom. Hey. The world history teacher comes out.
おはようございます、先生。
遅刻かエミヤ。今日の授業は試験範囲を確認したものだ。後で友人にきちんと聞いておくように。
Alright.
はい。どうも遅れてすいません。
Kazuki nods and leaves. Is he somehow going to be like relevant later in the game? I don't know. Maybe it's just to spice the world up a bit, but it didn't feel necessary to show him there. Maybe I'm just looking too hard into this, but it almost just feels like by showing him, it could mean he's somehow relevant later. But that also seems like such a massive stretch that I'm really not going to run with that theory at all. If he actually is relevant later, and I picked up on that just from this information, that'd be pretty cool, though. He's Kazuki Soichiro, the iron teacher that teaches world history and philosophy, and is also in charge of the student council. He's just as he looks, and he's a rare teacher that gains popularity as the students progress through school.
おはよう。
I go to my desk while greeting my classmates. For a few seconds, I regret that I was late.
やあ、ずいぶんと遅い到着だね。
Shut up, Shinji. Someone greets me, so I turn around. Then, there's Shinji, strangely friendly.
シンジ? どうしたんだよ。お前、どっか変だぞ。寝不足か?
I tell him what I'm thinking. Bro acts nice. Did you not get enough sleep? He completely changes and glares at me. Then he smiles again. Shinji was strange yesterday, but he's even stranger today.
シンジ、お前、まさか襲われたのか? バカ。だから言っただろう。戦わないんなら家で身を守っているべきだって。 うるさいな。何偉そうな口聞いてるんだよ、お前。
Dang. Just him acting weirdly. He just, what, picked up that he got attacked then?
シンジ。何？それとも遠坂と仲良くやっていい気になってんの？勘違いするなよな。遠坂と手を組んだところでお前が強いってわけじゃない。強いサーバントを手に入れて嬉しいのはわかるけどさ、思い上がるのはみっともないよ。
I mean, I guess you're not wrong, but... Man. Something about Shinji. It's just like, I want to just ignore every word he says. Like, there's just something about him. Like... The way he says things. Even if it's not the worst, like, advice ever. Shinji glares at me. It doesn't seem like he has much composure.
まあいい。君が来てくれてよかったよ。ほ
Oh
ら、
no.
エミヤが来ないんじゃさ、面白みに欠けるだろ。
What the heck do you have planned? What do you have planned? Is he about to detonate or freaking use the boundary field today? Are we, like, there's no way we're already at that point, right? That must be all he wanted to say, as Shinji goes back to his seat, chuckling. The classroom gets loud once it's lunchtime.
あれ、一世のやつ、もう出て行きやがった。
Hmm. He must have gone to the student council room again because of his lack of sleep thing. I made lunch today, so I'd like to avoid eating into the classroom.
Huh?
The guys in the classroom are making a commotion.
おい、どうした？何かあったのか？
I call out to them. The guys that are secretly talking look at me with suspicious eyes.
何かあったではござらん。それ、教室の外を見てみるがよい。ただしこっそり、あくまで隠密。
Okay, what's going on? Goto must have watched some strange TV program last night. Then, outside the classroom in the hallway is a person that's acting more suspiciously than Goto and the others. Oh my god.
三重の遠坂だよな。うちのクラスに何か言おうかな。
She's just sitting down there. She did a little like she moved. She was just like, her eyes are going like back and forth. She's trying to look in the classroom. What the heck, man? What do you mean, Tohsaka?
間違いござらん。先ほどから盗み見ていたが、あちらも同様の草っぷり。さりげなく、しかし大胆に我らが教室を覗いておる。
Sure, go
ド
out
アの
there.
前を通り過ぎるのも7回目。いや、今ので8回目よ。
What the heck? Sure, go out there and greet her.
だよな。こうなると偶然じゃねえ。つうかさ、なんか目つき悪くねえか？
She must
遠
need to
坂さ
talk.
ん、もっとこう、普段は涼しげな顔してない？
After what happened last night, she must want to talk to us. Right, because I'm sure she heard from Archer what happened.
お前もそう思う？こう通りがかるたびに目尻が上がってんだよな。近寄りがたくなってく一方だ。
Shiro, your options are leave this room and go talk to her, or hide in the back of the classroom.
ありゃイライラしてるね。なんか気に食わないことでもあったんかな。
待ち人来たらずというより、待ち人気づかずというところ。ほう、誕生日にこっそりプレゼントを仕掛けておいたのに、送られたやつは1年経っても気づかないんで、もうブチ切れ寸前といったところであろう。
She wants Shiro to notice her, I guess.
後藤ってさ、時々すごい表現するよな。的確すぎ。何？お前、前世は軍師か何か？
The guys are saying whatever they want. I timidly look out into the hallway again. Oh, if you make eye contact with Tohsaka, you gotta leave the room now. Like, she's pissed. I don't know what she's mad about, but I think Goto-kun is right. Well, what should I do? those options. Hold on. Do I go out and see Tohsaka or hide from her at school? I don't want to die, so I'll keep quiet. Who's she after? I don't know, so I'll play dumb. You serious? Those are such dumb options. Oh man, I'll just go out there. Maybe it's a mistake, but I'm gonna do it. Tohsaka must want to talk to me, but I'm curious why she's acting that way. Considering Tohsaka, she would drag me out if she has business with me. So why is she acting like an ordinary schoolgirl?
放っておきたいけど、そうはいかないよな。何より後が怖い。
Oh man. I get up with my lunchbox. I prepare myself for the questioning I'll get from Goto-kun and the other guys after I get back.
遠坂、何してんだよ、こんなところで。
何って散歩に決まってるじゃない。お昼なんだから昼食をとるのは当然でしょ。
What? You are capping! No way! She wasn't even trying to talk to us! She was genuinely... What? Just trying to get a glance? Bro. Tohsaka's acting too suspicious. She's restless and doesn't try to look me in the eyes.
そっか、そりゃ当然だ。じゃ、俺は生徒会室で飯を食うから。
I wave her goodbye and turn around.
ちょっと待ちなさい。あんたわざとやってるでしょ。
I turn around.
あのな、遠坂。何があったか知らないが、そんなんじゃわからない。言いたいことがあるんならはっきり言えよ。
Bro. Bro's oblivious. Tohsaka's looking at me hesitantly. Could it be...
昼飯代忘れたのか。弁当はやらないけど、サンドイッチ代ぐらいでいいんなら貸してやるぞ。
I'm sure that's what it is, man.
なわけないでしょ、このアンポンタン。
Not even close. Tohsaka barks out. Oh god, it's black and white now. The hallway goes quiet. After a few seconds, everything resumes as if nothing has happened. Tohsaka getting mad like that is always the funniest thing to me. The effects they use, the fire crackling sound effect is the funniest one to me. I see. Everyone protected their reality by ignoring what happened. There's no way that the perfect, beautiful honor student, the school idol, Tohsaka Rin, would scream out the word idiot in the hallway. Therefore, what happened in the past minute was completely erased from their memory. They just... Oh my god. I envy them. I want to amend my memory from about 4 days ago.
で、昼飯代じゃないんなら何なんだよ、遠坂。
そのお昼ご飯なんでしょ。それだったらついてくる。生徒会室よりずっといい場所知ってるんだから。
You guys already know my answer, but... Tohsaka says so while looking at me from time to time. Oh. She just wants to talk to me because she wants to have a strategic meeting. Bro. Yeah, strategic meeting. That's what she's going for. This dude. This dude is oblivious, huh? Wait. This is a better place?
寒い。
The rooftop is mercilessly cold. The rooftop would be filled with students enjoying the wind and the scenery during summer, but is completely isolated during the winter.
寒い。
I say it one more time. It's an honest opinion as well as an objection made to the person next to me.
何よ、男の子でしょ。これぐらい我慢しなさい。
My objection is dismissed in a flash. Yeah, if you're a man, you can just, you know, increase like your body temperature and just deal with the cold, you know?
エミヤくん、こっち。ここなら風も来ないし、人目にもつかないわ。
She must not intend to look at me as she moves in a hurry. I eat my lunch. She must have called for me since she wanted to talk to me, but she doesn't say anything at all. Yeah, no, I don't think that was it at all, actually. And when I take a peek at her, she's looking at me as if she wants to say something, bro. Did she just like fall for him over the last 24 hours or something? Like fall for him hard or something? What the heck just happened? All of a sudden she's walking around just back and forth at the door, peeking into the classroom, waiting for us, trying to claim she was just on a walk. Like, come on. What? Oh man, what the heck? I keep eating my lunch. Bro, this dude is so oblivious. Oh dear God. I won't be able to keep my sanity unless I do so. I don't care that it's cold or that there's no conversation. It's just that this is really troubling. There are limited places to get away from the wind, so inevitably, Tohsaka's eating her bread right next to me. We're so close that our shoulders would touch if I moved a bit. Doesn't this look like we're eating lunch together? Dear God, Shiro. This dude is oblivious. Huh. She really was acting weird. I thought she wanted to talk to me, except she hasn't said a word. She dragged us to a place that, you know, nobody else would find and that you couldn't see us. We're so close that our shoulders are almost touching. It almost looks like we're eating lunch together. Crazy. Crazy, Shiro. Jesus, man. I get it, though. Doesn't this look like we're eating lunch together? I try hard to keep my face from blushing. Damn, why didn't I realize it when she invited me in the hallway? It's only natural that I can't calm down. The person next to me is a girl I admired, even though she's my ally now. I can't say this no matter what, since Tohsaka would just laugh it off, but I really wish she'd be more considerate. My chopsticks hit the bottom of my lunchbox. I'm done eating. Can't help it, so I start cleaning up. Tohsaka must have already finished eating, and she's watching me awkwardly. She's just watching, bro. What the heck? The tension here, it's so awkward. Damn. Lunch break will be over in a few minutes. I guess I'll have to ask her what we'll do after school today.
ちょっといい？
We speak out at the same time. On top of that, our eyes meet for the first time today.
いや、別にない。登坂こそ
話があるなら先にどうぞ。
言ってくれ。
We talk at the same time again and avert our gazes from embarrassment. Sheesh. And silence follows. The end of lunch break is nearing. I'm relieved and disappointed that we might have to go now. Then...
その、昨日の夜はごめん。
What, that whole your servant almost killing me thing? Or... Tohsaka murmurs in an apologetic tone.
だから昨日のこと、あーちゃんにはレイジを使っといたから。そうなんで今さら済まされないけど、
Wait.
ごめん。
You used your command spell for what? Is that how he got there, or to stop him from, like, to stop him from pursuing Shiro, or? Well, I mean, Assassin is the one that stopped him from pursuing Shiro, right? My thought process stops. What happened last night? Archer tried to kill me, and Tohsaka says she used a command spell on him.
登坂。それはつまり。
ええ、協力関係にある限り、絶対にエミヤ君を襲うなってレイジュで命令したわ。だから、今後は昨日みたいなことは起きないから。
She's been kind of loose with her command spells, huh? I mean, I get why she's used both of them the way she has, but she's already down to one. That helps me out. It does, but she used one of her only 3 command spells on such a thing?
そうか。けど、それは登坂が謝ることじゃないだろう。あれはあいつが勝手にやったことだ。登坂だってあいつが何をしていたのか知らないんだろ。
Yeah, I mean...
うん。けどだからって無関係じゃない。昨日のことは、あいつに自由行動させた私の責任よ。
No, that's fair, I guess. So what? Maybe the reason she's acting like this today is because Shiro literally almost died yesterday, and it would have been, in her eyes, at least partially her fault. And so what? Now she's acting like this? Fair enough, actually. She says so with a downcast look. The gesture is unlike Tohsaka. I like the fact less than the fact that Archer attacked me.
わかった。登坂がそう言うんならそういうことにする。けど、よくアーチャーが話したな。俺を襲ったことなんて あいつが遠坂に報告するとは思えない。
At least he's honest, I guess.
そうね。けど自分のサーバントが傷を負って帰ってきて、しかも魔力が空っぽなら何かあったって思うでしょ。
Okay, I guess, yeah, realistically, you can't hide that you were in some kind of a fight.
あいつ隠し事はするけど嘘はつかないから、何をしてきたのか尋ねたらあっさり白状しやがったわよ。
She must be getting mad as she's recalling it.
調子が戻ってきたな。よかった。そうでなくちゃ遠坂じゃない。
I'm sure she's gonna be real happy about that one.
ちょっとそれどういう意味よ。
Dude. Oh,
い
man,
いから
he's
いいか
something
ら。
else.
それでアーチャーは？
Probably right next to her.
家に置いてきた。なんか昨日から様子がおかしいし、昨日の今日でエミヤ君に合わせるのもあれでしょ。
For somebody who called us an idiot and attacked us for not having our servant, that seems like a bold decision. True. I don't want to see him either. I'm sure we'll just insult each other if we see each other again, probably.
そっか。けど遠坂、あいつが俺を襲った理由は何だったんだ？
それが敵は少ない方がいいだって。エミヤ君はどうでもいいけど、セイバーは後々厄介になるから今のうちに潰しておくべきだとかなんとか。
Dang. You know, he'll get you back for saying that you can just ignore him. Shiro's gonna train. I'm telling you. I have full faith that he's gonna become like a excellent swordsman by the end of this route. Like, his instincts combined with him, like, you know, choosing Archer's, like, style and, like, using it. I'm convinced he's gonna become, like, a pretty good swordsman. I'm not saying he'll be able to match a servant necessarily. It'd be really cool if he could. But I think he'll at least be able to defend himself pretty well.
昨日みたいに簡単に他のマスターに操られると迷惑だから、ここで切り捨てた方がいいって判断したんだって。
Man, I feel like it's more like he was in a fit of rage over their fight. And was like, you know, I'm gonna kill this dude. He's dead. Damn, I can't object to that. I'm certainly a bother as I almost fell for Castor's trap. Almost. He must have determined that I'm a burden the instant Castor controlled me.
納得いった。
Then why would he save
それ
us?
じゃこの話はこれで終わりにしよう。俺だって悪いところはあったし、そもそもあいつがいなかったら今頃どうなってたかわからない。
You see, that's what I'm saying. If it was really just, if it was as simple as us falling or like getting reeled in by Castor like that, right? Then why would he have even bothered saving us? Why would he have left us? Why wouldn't he have left us there when Castor was charging up that attack in midair, right? Like, why would he have not escaped on his own? Right? I feel like it's not really that simple. I mean, that might be part of it, but if it was that simple, really, then like, why would he have saved us at all? Why wouldn't he have like left us sooner?
ほら、愛子ってことで帳消しじゃないか。遠坂がそう気に病むことはないぞ。
そう言ってくれると助かるけど。
For somebody who literally wasn't there, she probably feels the guiltiest about this whole thing. I mean, I can get it though. Especially if I'm not just an idiot and it like it seems pretty clear to me that she's like fallen for Shiro, right? And I bet she's feeling like I literally almost just got Shiro killed. Like because I didn't have enough control of Archer. That's got her feeling away. She looks away awkwardly. She must not be able to agree easily because of her strong sense of responsibility.
ちょうどよくチャイムが鳴ったな。
I guess y'all gotta go now. Bell rings to tell us that lunch break is over. I couldn't tell how my lunch tasted, but this was fun in its own way.
中に戻ろう。5次元目、遅れるぞ。
I get up and head to the door. But Tohsaka's still sitting down.
遠坂、チャイム鳴ったんだが。
She okay? She doesn't answer, but looks at me like she wants to say something.
少し付き合いなさいよ。一つぐらいサボっても平気でしょ。
Dang, okay. Like school idol, just skipping classes. And she says something that an honor student would never say. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. I've heard plenty of honor students say that, but definitely weird. It's pretty significant at that point. If an honor student is telling you skip class to spend time with them, you better rethink your relationship with them. The bell rings to signal the start of the 5th period. But what are we doing? Drinking hot coffee here like this? Just enjoying life. By the way, I went and bought the coffee in a flash.
授業開始まで5分あるでしょ。1階の購買からここまで5分もあれば十分じゃないかしら。
That boy was speedrunning. Any percent coffee run. he was wall clipping. It's because of the demonic request made by Tohsaka. That is demonic, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you got 5 minutes to get to the first floor, get through the store, buy some coffee. Bro was... Oh, no, he used like a skip glitch. Like, for sure. He found some out-of-bounds glitch. Okay, enough speedrunning jokes. Sorry, I like speedrunning.
それで
ああ、魔術を習い始めた頃か。確かそんなもんだよ。2年近く親父に無理を言って、ようやく教えてもらえたんだ。
Yeah, it's a little different than how it was for Tohsaka.
じゃあ足掛け8年か。エミヤくんのお父さんも随分と半端なことするのね。どうせ教えるんなら生まれた時から手を加えればよかったのに。
Well, first of all, he had literally no intention of teaching us, but he's also not our birth father. I don't know if she might not have realized that yet.
8年前って言えばもう二次成長期後でしょ。そんなに大きくなったら刻印を刻むこともできないし、体もいじれないじゃない。
Yeah, he didn't know us at the time of birth. He only knew us 10 years ago, so... Tohsaka says dangerous things with a serious face. Well, I know this is her part of her as a magus.
まあな。前にも言ったけど、親父は俺に魔術を教えるつもりはなかったんだ。だからそういう遠坂みたいにちゃんとした手順は踏まなかったんだよ。というか、生まれた時から手を加えるって何さ。
That early, huh? I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah. It's a big detail.
言葉通りの意味よ。歴史が古くなればなるほど、その家系の魔術刻印は大きくなる。魔術刻印は形になった魔術回路だから、ほんの少し体に刻むだけで人間の体が拒否反応を起こして、ものすごく痛むのよ。
So what, you gotta do it while they're still malleable?
で、それを少しでも和らげるために、子供の頃から少しずつ移植していくってわけ。ついでに中身も無理が効くように、にっかい薬草やら怪しげな骨を砕いた粉とか飲み続けて、体に耐性を作っておくの。
God dang. What? Man, you've had it rough.
まあ、魔術使いであるエミヤ君には関係のない話だから、あんまり気にする必要はないわ。今から無理して真似されても困るし。
言われなくてけど、遠坂は大丈夫なのか。
Yeah, no
な
kidding.
んか聞くだけで痛々しいんだが、その。
No kidding, Shira. That's a great question. I can't put it into words properly. I don't know what you would call a normal magus teacher. But I felt a pressure when I went to Tohsaka's house. A family that passes on a long history. Children that have the duty to succeed from the time they're born, secluded from the normal world, disregarding their will. I bite my lip, trying irresponsibly to think how long and heavy it is.
そういう心配なんてしてるんだ、エミヤ君は。
Oh, read our mind? Nah, but for real though, it does seem like... That does seem like an awful way to be raised. It must be very stressful too. But it doesn't seem to bother Tohsaka all that much as of now.
なんだよ、その意味ありげな顔は。別に俺心配なんてしてないからな。
Sure.
当然よ。心配なんてされる覚えはないもの。私は好きでやってきたんだから、そこに後悔なんてないしね。
I was gonna say.
そのあたりエミヤ君も同じなんじゃない？
Maybe it was rough, but Tohsaka never seemed to really regret it, so.
なんでそこに俺が出てくるんだ？
Wait, the same? Me and Tohsaka?
まったく本当に自分のことはわからないのね、あんたって。
Nope.
確かに私の修行は大変だったわ。けど逃げ出したいなんて思ったことはなかった。それはエミヤ君も同じでしょって言ったの。
Correct. That's definitely how it was for him. He at no point ever has really considered running away, you know?
それはそうだけど、
That's
俺
also
は
true.
遠坂ほどきついことは要求されなかったし。
That is also very true.
バカ言わないでよ。9年間まっとうに育っておいて、それから魔術を習うなんて正気じゃないわ。
Okay, that's also fair.
エミヤ君の日課がどんなものかは知らないけど、それよっぽど危険な鍛錬なはずよ。失敗したら命がないっていうぐらいギリギリのライン。
You are correct.
いや、それは俺が未熟なだけであって、本来ならそういう危険なものじゃないんだ。遠坂と
そうね。私だってあなたと比べることはできないもの。
Alright, so no one can compare themselves to each other. That's what I'm getting here.
魔術の鍛錬なんてね、結局はそういうものよ。唯一共通なのは命を計りにかけてるってこと。
True.
計りには個人差があるけど、要はその計りをどれほど傾けられるかでしょ。その点で言えば、あなたは私なんかよりずっと厳しい。
He put an entire normal life on the line, whereas Tohsaka never really had that chance.
私、死ぬような鍛錬なんてしたことないもの。そもそも失敗することがないし。
Okay, yeah, just flex on us a little bit, I guess.
うわ、言い切ったな、今。
Yeah. She casually says something that hurts me. In other words, she said she doesn't understand how we feel when we fail.
ほら、そこすねない。今の褒めたんだから。
テストでいつも100点取ってるやつに、今回はよくできましたなんて褒められても嬉しかないやい。
I can see that.
今回はなんて言ってないわよ。要するにね、確かに教えは厳しかったけど辛くはなかったってこと。だから逃げ出さなかったし、今もずっと続けている。それ、エミヤ君も同じでしょ？
Yeah. I'd say so. Tohsaka said it was hard, but not harsh. I think she's right. I did not feel that my training was harsh nor severe. No, I didn't have any composure to think about such a thing. I just wanted to catch up to Kiritsugu. I want to be like Kiritsugu someday. I kept on training to be the superhero that Kiritsugu couldn't be. Come to think of it, most of my memories are about training in the shed. But I've never regretted it. I've always believed that it's the most important thing for me.
そうか。言われてみればそうだな。俺もそれなりにやってきたってことか。
そういうこと。エミヤ君は独学でここまで来たんだから、もっと自信を持ちなさい。
I respect that, Tohsaka. Tohsaka tells me to be proud. I'm a bit embarrassed. It's more embarrassing if she's getting happy about it, as if it's her own accomplishment.
さて、話がまとまったところで少しは真面目な話をしよっか。協力者としてお互いの特技は知っておかないとね。
Shira strengths. Supernatural regenerative ability, basically. That it not like in fight, like speed. That he takes a wound and just is healed in 3 seconds. But if he escapes, he heals pretty much. Apparently, god tier combat instincts, determination. That's his strengths. Determination, maybe. I'd say yeah.
特技？ああ、
Oh.
使える魔術のことか。そんなの今更だろう。遠坂は俺の魔術を知ってるじゃないか。
I hope you weren't just looking for magic that we can use, because we ain't got none of that.
ええ、エミヤ君の魔術は強化だっけ？
And it only works in emergencies.
珍しいとまでは言わないけど、メインに据えてる魔術師はそう多くないじゃない？それが不思議だったのよ。あなた、どうして強化にこだわるわけ？
It's the only one he can do.
いや、単にそれしか使えないんだよ。いろいろ試したけど、強化ぐらいしかできなかった。
She just told us to be proud of our ability as a magist, and I feel like she's about to dunk on us. The rest is basic stuff like making a blueprint and such. This isn't something we have to talk about now.
そう。私のところは転換かな。
Conversion.
力の蓄積、流動、変化ってところ。そのあたりを基本にして有名どころの魔術は抑えてある。結界作りも教室ぐらいの広さなら形だけは整えられるわ。
Okay, that's a cool strength to have. Accumulation, flow, and transformation of power. Conversion of power. That's the most basic and the most all around. Or all round. In other words, you can put magical energy into any container and transform it.
そっか。けど、遠坂、教えてくれるのは嬉しいけど、自分の魔術をばらしていいのかよ。
It's definitely not a logical move, but...
前にエミヤくん、私に教えてくれたでしょ。なのに私だけ隠してるのはフェアじゃないから。
I can respect that. Saying so, Tohsaka holds out her left arm.
この前見せたけど、これが私の魔術刻印。
Yeah, last time you showed us it was you trying to kill us. I think this might be a bit of a different situation.
遠坂の家に伝わるのは転換の技法でね。自分でも他人でもともかく力を移し替えたりするのが得意なわけ。普通魔力っていうのは体外に出すと消えるでしょ。魔力だけで神秘は起こせない。外に出して魔力が消えてしまう前に魔力によって魔術っていう式を発動させる。だから魔術にしていない純粋な魔力は移し替えるのが難しいんだけど。
She stops there and takes a small rock out of her pocket. Is it a jewel? The transparent polyhedron reminds me of a kaleidoscope.
例外として私は他のものに自分の魔力を蓄積できる。
How convenient. But yeah, obviously we knew about those
いい
already.
え、自分の魔力だけじゃなくて他の術者の魔力だって保存できるし、難しいけど移し替えられるのは魔力だけじゃないわ。で、その保存場所に一番相性がいいのが宝石なの。宝石が想念をためやすい場、流れをとどめる牢獄ってことは知ってるでしょ。
Not really, but...
加えてずっと地中で眠っていた鉱石には強い自然霊が宿っている。そういった宝石は魔力を込めるだけで簡易的な魔術刻印になるのよ。
Okay, fair enough. That explains why jewels are used.
まあ宝石である以上、一度でも込められた魔力を解放すれば壊れちゃうんだけど。
Tohsaka shrugs and puts away the jewel.
なんだ、もったいない話だな。一度使ったら壊れるってなくなるってことだろ。宝石なんて高いもの、その度に補充するのか。
Yes.
そうなのよ。おかげでうちは年中金欠でさ。
And that's why her using, like, as many as she did on Berserker, whew, that was a lot of money.
遠坂の魔術師は後継ぎになったらまずお金を稼ぐところから。
そうか。問題ってのは人それぞれなんだな。
Yeah, yeah, people have different problems, Tohsaka. She looks away as if she said too much. Yeah, I think so every time I see her, but I think Tohsaka is rather foolish. A little bit. The fifth period is about to end. Tohsaka's explanation has ended, so I decide to ask her about another magus, about Shinji.
なあ、遠坂。シンジの家、マトウの家が魔術師の家系だって言うんだけど、知ってたか？
Yep, she definitely did.
ええ、知ってたわ。けどマトウ家はここ数十年で衰退したって父さんが言ってた。今のマトウ家には魔術師としての血脈はないって。
Are we gonna tell her the news about Shinji or nah?
それは本当。だからシンジがマスターになったって聞いて驚いたけど。
She knows. I see. So she did know, huh? I basically just said that. That's to be expected because she supervises this land and knows about all the magi with a history that live here. So she should know that Shinji's a master. Wait, hold on!
遠坂、シンジがマスターだって知ってたのか？
Yeah. For how long?
ごめん。私も今朝知ったのよ。シンジがマスターになるわけないって鷹をくくってたのが裏目に出たみたい。
Doesn't seem like very long then. Tohsaka says so as if it's nothing. That's strange. She's looking for the third master at our school, but it seems like she's not considering Shinji to be a problem at all.
トーサカ、シンジはそのマスターなんだろ。
ええ、けど別にどうってことないでしょ。シンジ自身に魔力はないんだし、そう大それたことはできないわ。
I mean, that's fair. The thing is, it's not him, it's his servant.
私たちの敵は学校に潜んでいるマスターだもの。シンジはマスターとしての気配もないし、私たちが探している相手とは別物よ。
Simply incorrect.
じゃあ学校には都合4人のマスターがいるってことか。
It's still possible. Wait, no, is it? Yes, it is. I believe. Whoever Caster's master is. The one master left. That we have not identified. And it's likely that it's somebody at the temple. Excuse me. But, I don't know. We kind of had been convinced there were 4 in the Fate route, and while it is still technically possible, I don't know. There's been no real evidence yet. Like, no hard evidence. I think it's just them underestimating Shinji's servant.
そうなるんじゃない？まあ、シンジにはおとなしくしておけって言ったから、邪魔されることはないでしょうけど。
Were you the reason Shinji was acting so weird? She makes another worrisome statement. No, first of all, how did Tohsaka find out that Shinji's a master?
トーサカ、ちょっと今朝の話を詳しく聞かせてくれ。
詳しくも何も、シンジの方から話しかけてきたのよ。
Really?
僕もマスターになったから2人で手を組まないかって。
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this, but I can't stop her here.
続き、その続きはどうした？
Probably offered to team up against freaking Shiro.
続きも何も当然断ったわ。だっていうのにあいつしつこく食い下がってくるんだもの。
Oh,
つい
sheesh.
シローがいるからマトウ君はいらないって言っちゃった。
Yeah, maybe that's why he was acting funny this morning. Tohsaka laughs as if it's a funny story. Oh man, that wording. So I intentionally said that I don't need him since I have you, Shiro. How funny. Oh man. She totally said that wrong. Like, or if she was going to tell him that she already has Shiro as an ally, that's definitely not how she meant to break that news. That must be why Shinji was acting strange today. Her face is killing me, man. I love this game's sprite work so much. Every time I look at her face, man. But
それで、トーサカはどうするんだ？シンジを放っておくのか？学校の結界ってシンジが張ってるんだろ？
Tohsaka freezes. I thought so. You didn't know Shinji made the boundary field. Huh?
違うんだトーサカ。確かにシンジは魔術師じゃない。けど、あの結界はシンジが張ったものだ。きっとキャスターみたいにサーバントの方が魔術に長けているんじゃないか。
Tohsaka grows pale.
トーサカ、お前気づいてなかったのか？
She had not even considered that possibility.
おう、あの結界がサーバントによるものだって気がついてたけど。
She just straight up was ignoring Shinji as a possible threat. She couldn't make the connection to Shinji, huh? I recall how Tohsaka was acting until now. I bet Tohsaka was so worried about what happened last night that she couldn't think about Shinji. Must be the biggest mistake she's made in her life.
まずい。下手したらシンジのやつ。
She gets up instantly and glares at the exit. At that instant. Oh no. Is it time? Oh my god. We're here already? He's already activating this thing? So I was right earlier when I mentioned, like, him being like, oh, good, you're here. Wouldn't want you to miss, like, today, or whatever he said. Right? Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. Man. The disorder is revealed as if it was carefully timed.
結界。
The sky is tinted red. My body is numbed just by breathing in the red air surrounding the school. It doesn't affect magi that can create magical energy inside their bodies, but people with scarce magical energy will faint just by breathing it in and should eventually die.
遠坂。
分かってる。急ぐわよ、シロ。
Boy, y'all gotta murk him. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. The school is red all around. The hallway is red like blood. The air is red like blood. The thick air sticking to my skin makes me hallucinate that this might just be a bad dream. Breath filled with hatred escapes my closed mouth. I pour reasoning onto my confused and heated brain as coolant, and I try to grasp the situation. Yeah, except everyone's probably passed out by now. I run into the classroom, the one nearest to the stairs. Tohsaka stops for a second, hesitant to enter this disastrous scene. I understand how she feels. I don't want to encounter such a thing either.
息はある。まだ間に合わないわけじゃない。
Boy, you need to call for Saber and Archer like now, you guys. I'm just saying. I go near a student and check his pulse and breathing. There's no conscious person in this classroom. Everybody, including the students at their desks and the teacher up front, are down on the floor now. Most of the students are unconscious, convulsing, foaming at the mouth like it's a bad joke. The few students have other things happening to them. Their skin is melting. The human skin is slowly melting like mud sliding off of plaster. The way the melting skin drips onto the floor makes me picture a giant stomach. Ugh. It's probably literally what this is. Tohsaka is astonished by the horrific scene. There's no time to think. To resolve the situation as fast as we can, I should... We do need to resolve this situation fast, but... Use the command spell to summon Saber, or go alone to find Shinji. That's a good question. Like, I feel like we really need Saber, but it's kind of the question of, again, like, is this the time to use the command spell? I don't think, like, Shiro's not at the level where he could combat Ryder by himself. Probably even with Tohsaka, though. Like, I don't think even with Tohsaka he could do it. Because while he has been good enough to parry some of her blows in the past, it seems unlikely that he'll be good enough to, like, fully deal with her, right? Like, he would have to resolve the situation. So, I think I'm going to use the command spell to call for Saber. Part of me feels like that's wrong. Like, my gut kind of says don't do it. But while I know Shiro seems more capable in this route, I don't think he's ready to 1v1 a servant and have to actually win. Not but the definition of winning isn't just not dying. The definition of winning is, like, defeating the servant long enough to either convince Shinji to drop the boundary field or to kill Shinji. And I mean, I just don't think he's at the level. So I don't know. It'd be cool if he was, but let's just call for Saber. Maybe this ends up being a bad mistake, but it's the best choice we have. If Shinji's servant created this boundary field, I just need to call for Saber.
Tohsaka, セイバーを呼ぶ。レイジの使い方を教えてくれ。
ちょっと待って。セイバーを呼ぶなら私も。
トーサカは昨日レイジを使ったんだろう。なら次は俺の番だ。セイバーを呼んでどうにもならないなら、その時はアーチャーを呼べばいい。それでレイジの使い方は？
左手に意識を固めて、目はつむった方がいい。頭の中で自分のレイジの形をイメージしてスルッと紐解くだけでいいわ。もちろん解くときは命令をしながらよ。
Man, how did he do this on accident? I close my eyes. I can't take my time. I eliminate any thoughts in my head as quickly as I can. Concentrate on my second command spell.
頼む。来い、セイバー！
And I release the command spell without any hesitation. My hand burns. At the same time, I feel an unnatural heaviness right beside me, and a knight in silver emerges from the heavy void.
セイバー。
召喚に応じ参上しました。
Hello.
マスター、状況は霊樹を使うほどのことなのですね。
見ての通りだ。サーバントに結界を張られた。1秒でも早くこいつを消去したい。
承知しました。確かにこのフロアにサーバントの気配を感じます。
Yeah. You know, I hadn't even thought about the fact that we're kind of on a time limit here, so even if Shiro was potentially good enough to beat Ryder, he would have to do it quickly too. So it feels like, while I know this is the route where Shiro's supposed to be more capable, like by himself, it just doesn't seem like that could ever be the right move to me. But I wouldn't be that surprised if they somehow turned it and flipped it to make that the right move.
このフロア4階にいるっていうの？サーバントが。
間違いありません。リン、それが何か？
ああ、セイバーの感知なら確かだろうけど、それはおかしいのよ。結界の起点は1階から感じられる。サーバントの気配を感知するのはサーバントであるセイバーのが優れてるでしょうけど、こと魔術の功績に関しては私だって負けてない。
I wouldn't be that surprised if Shinji was trying to directly target one of us.
サーバントはこの階にいるのに結界を張っているのは1階だってことか、登坂。
断定はできないけど、私はそう感じてるわ。この結界の起点は1階にあるんだって。
So there are two alternatives, huh? If Shinji arranged for his servant to come to this floor, one has to be a trap. Everyone in this school will pay the price if we make the wrong choice.
リン、アーチャーはどうしたのです？彼がいるのなら、もう少し確かな判別ができる。
About that.
それがあいつ、呼んでも答えないの。この結界、完全に内と外を遮断してる。霊樹を使うか、あいつがこっちの異常を感知して駆けつけてくる以外ないわ。
Yeah. I can't say I'm surprised with, the one day Archer's not here, that something like this is gonna happen. Tohsaka and Saber glare at each other, and now's not a time to be doing so. Think. Tohsaka doesn't have her composure. The best thing we can do right now is...
よし。
Oh, alright, made the decision for me. We'll go search the first floor. I feel sorry for letting Saber fight by herself, but she should be able to take the servant on by herself. Oh, for
セイバ
sure.
ー、サーバントは任せた。一人で戦えるか？
What kind of question is that? She's better fighting by herself, probably. And having to defend you, but...
ではシロは？
登坂と1階に急ぐ。俺一人じゃ危なっかしいだろうが、登坂がいるならなんとかなる。それに魔力感知は登坂しかできない。一緒に行くぞ、登坂。
Bet you Shinji is there.
ええ、当然よ。言われなくても一人で行くつもりだったわ。
Then it's decided. So now...
何してんのよ。椅子の足なんて折って正気？
I need a weapon.
武器は必要だろ。俺は強化しかできないんだから、元になる獲物は必要なんだ。
Master Chief type beat. I said, I need a weapon. I swing the leg of the chair. It's exactly like the time I got attacked by Tohsaka. I easily succeed at the strengthening magic, and I also take another leg while I'm at it.
シロ、外に微弱な気配がします。どうやら包囲されたようです。
Wait,
包囲されたって何？
is this like Castor's bone golems?
わかりかねます。ですが、外に出て確認するだけの話です。
Or is there a part of this ability that we just did not know about?
そうだな。戦闘を頼めるか？
無論、あなたの盾となるのが私の使命ですから。
Saber runs out into the hallway.
行くぞ、登坂。こっちは1階だ。
It is! Why? Why are Castor's bone golems here? There's a lot. There's a lot happening in this route. Why is Castor involved right now? The instant we go into the hallway, we find out what's surrounding us. Are those bones? Things made out of hidden human bones are coming in great numbers from the other side of the hallway.
登坂、あれは。
So what are the odds that Castor's the one in the fourth floor?
ご ゴーレム、スカイマの類でしょ。いいからこっち。あいつらはセイバーが引き受けてくれるってば。あんなの何体いようがセイバーの敵じゃない。
That is correct.
すまん、セイバー。
Well, even thanks to Saber, a lot faster in this route. I appreciate that. I run to the stairs. The sound of Saber destroying the bones echoes behind me. We run down the stairs. It's not that far to the first floor, but... I smash the blocking bone creature with the chair leg in my hand. Chad behavior. Bro just annihilated that thing. But he's gonna have to do that a lot more, I'm gonna assume. This is the third one already. It might be because I saw the disaster, but I don't care about confronting these monsters. In other words, my mind is numb. My proper emotions such as hatred, fear, sadness, and cowardice have all frozen up. The only thing filling my head is the desire to get to the first floor. I take the two swords in my hand and swing them like I saw him use them. Oh my god, he's dual wielding now! Oh man. I didn't even think about that when he took the second one. I was like, yeah, he's just taking a backup sword. Nah, he's dual wielding. Oh man, just like Archie, he's really taking the twin swords.
何そっち行ってんだてめえ。
I smash the fourth bone creature. The bone creature that tried to attack Tohsaka from the side gets smashed and smacked into a wall.
無事か、トサカ。
She can defend herself, bro. Good, Tohsaka isn't hurt at all.
トサカ、結界の起点は。
Are you okay, Tohsaka?
ええ、すぐそこ。あそこの教室。
Shinji's 100% waiting there, right? The place Tohsaka points at is about 10 meters ahead. There are a few more bone creatures that followed us down the stairs, but we don't have time to deal with them. I parry the attacking sword with the weapon in my right hand. I attack the defenseless body with the weapon in my left hand. Okay, he's kind of got this style now. He's got a style, okay. I like it. I destroy the fifth bone creature, but there are more of them. There are at least 10 bone creatures in the hallway.
しつこい。いい加減品切れになれってんだ、こいつら。
I retreat a bit. The chair legs in my hands are worn down. Even though I strengthened them, they are originally only stainless steel. I don't know if they'll hold even for one more attack.
シロ、下がって。
Oh, she's about to do something. Gander shots. I'm surprised, but I back up like she tells me to. At that instant, Tohsaka jumps out in front of me and throws a jewel at the bone creatures. Dang, a jewel?
ハインキルパー。イストハインキルパー。
Dang, that's an expensive way to clear some bone golems. She fills my vision with pure white. That must have been some sort of release spell. There's no sign of destruction in the hallway, and only the scattered remains of the bone creatures are there.
ありがとう。助かったわ。トパーズなんてめったに使わないから用意するのに時間がかかって。正直、エミヤくんがいなかったら数で押されてた。
Yeah, so it's probably a good thing that we summoned Saber then, because we'd have to be fighting off the servant on the 4th floor, right? And then I'm guessing there is a... Even if we somehow got lucky and won, right, or fought them off, right, then Tohsaka would have been overwhelmed. Excuse me. She lowers her shoulders in relief, but she only does so for an instant and glares at the classroom.
行きましょう。あそこにシンジがいるはずよ。
Seems like a safe assumption, yeah. Tohsaka runs to the classroom. I follow her and step into the red classroom. It is a pure hell here. The air in this classroom cannot be called gas anymore. The vaporized blood dyes the eyes of the beholder like paint. Ooh, that line hit hard. I love the writing of this game. I don't want to sit too long here and talk about it because we're at a very interesting part, but just some of the word choice and how they actually write the lines, I love it. Like something about that line, just the vaporized blood dyes the eyes of the beholder like paint. Like that figurative language use is so good. Voices of anguish can be heard from all over. This is the origin of the boundary field, the place where absorption is the strongest. The students lying on the floor are totally different from the students on the 4th floor. The moanings I hear are just hallucinations. The students have pale faces, and they don't move as if they are dolls made from wax. Oh, are we too late? For some of them? Oh no. It reminds me of a mountain of corpses, trash thrown away in a wasteland. Tohsaka's staring at the scene, her legs shaking. I hear a chattering sound. It must be to suppress her emotions. Tohsaka's teeth chatter as she beholds the scene in horror. She moves her shaking legs and steps forward. Between the desks, there's a living person there. On his butt, amongst all the fallen students, Mato Shinji is looking up at Tohsaka.
Shinji, Anta.
A stern voice. He must have reacted to the voice. Shinji lets out a strange cry and jumps away from Tohsaka.
言い訳は聞かないわよ。あんたがやったことの代償はどんなことをしても払わせてやる。
Boy, clearly Caster is involved somehow. What are the odds Shinji got controlled? Tohsaka goes near Shinji.
違う。僕じゃない。
Shinji might be scum, but it's kind of hard to just not believe him because of the fact that this is so much earlier than it should have been ready, right? I feel like somehow Caster made this happen. Shinji shakes his head and retreats to the wall.
僕じゃない？よくもそんなことを言えたものね。いいから今すぐ結界を解きなさい。解かないって言うんならその顔吹っ飛ばしてでも。
違う。だから違う。僕じゃないんだ。殺したのは僕じゃない。
That killed who? This is strange. Shinji's running away from Tohsaka, but he's not looking at her. He's looking at the floor, right by our feet.
足元。
So help me. If it's Fujini, I look down. There are only students that fell unconscious. Or Sakura? I feel like it's gotta be one of those two, right? There isn't anything else.
Tohsaka.
I call out to her and point to the place. A stunned voice. She must have forgotten her anger towards Shinji. The instant she sees the thing on the floor, Tohsaka's intent to kill fades away. What is it? Oh my god, is Ryder dead? Oh, so that is Caster. Oh my god. What? My breath stops. The thing on the floor is completely dead. The long purple hair, the woman covered in black clothes, the servant that attacked me, Ryder.
死んでる。
Tohsaka's voice contains no emotion.
だから僕じゃない。僕がやったんじゃない。結界を起こして誰も動かなくなったのに、ライダーはあいつに。
Oh, so he's not denying that he activated the boundary field. Okay. The black servant. Ryder was killed in one blow. What kind of a weapon was it, and how was she killed? Only one blow against a servant. Only aiming for the neck and killing the enemy by ripping the neck apart. Can't even imagine how it was done. It must have caught her by surprise, but the enemy must have been skilled to cut her neck in one blow. No, can I call it cut? It looks like someone put a jack in there and ripped off the meat and bone by crushing it. Oh my god! That is quite a description. Ryder disappears from this world. The red world disappears at the same time. Yeah, I figured it would disappear with her. So, Saber's gotta be, fighting Caster up there. She needs help, right? It seems the boundary field was created by this servant, as I thought. But...
シンジ、これをやったのは誰？
As Tohsaka closes in, Shinji slowly retreats towards the hallway.
言ったでしょ？学校にはもう一人マスターがいるって。その忠告を無視して騒ぎを起こしたあんたの落ち度よ。
Caster's master actually is at the school? Oh, good lord.
どうやらサーバントを見殺しにして生き残ったみたいだけど、相手の顔を見たんなら次はあんたの番よ。どんなマスターだか知らないけど、必ずあんたを始末しに来るわ。
んなことあるもんか。僕にはもうサーバントはいないんだ。マスターじゃないんだから。狙われるのはお前たちだけだろ。
They'll want to protect their identity.
そうね。まあ確かにその通りか。あんたにまだ霊樹が残っていようと放っておいても害はないもの。うろちょろして見苦しいかもしれないけど、ハムシじゃ人間は殺せないし。
Harmless insect. Brutal.
そうね。あんた次第でここで息の根を止めるのは待ってあげる。
ハムシ？僕がハムシ？
Yeah, pretty much.
害虫に例えなかっただけでもありがたく思いなさい。マトウ真司は魔術師でもなければマスターにもふさわしくないから人畜無害だって言ってやったのよ。
Dang, man.
で、見たんなら答えなさいよ。今のあんたなんてその程度の価値しかないんだから。
Shinji retreats, being pushed by Tosaka's pressure. Who was it? I don't know if Tosaka's serious or just threatening, but she's seriously angry. She has lost her calmness after seeing the tragic scene here.
さあ、あんたのサーバントを仕留めたのはどんなサーバントだったのよ、シンジ。
知るもんか、マヌケ。怯えるのはお前たちの方だぞ、トーサカ。次あいつに狙われるのはお前たちなんだからな。
You know, I really did not expect this to be Shinji, like, in this route, as of now. I, did not... Him just cowering in fear at something, right? I mean, he is a bit coward. He's a bit of a coward, right? But, like this, like, oh my god, I did not anticipate this. If you don't... Tosaka, just murk this dude. He's not gonna tell us. Shinji runs out into the hallway and Tosaka starts to go after him. But Tohsaka stops as if she realizes something. No, that's wrong. It's not that she noticed something. She's just watching the students on the floor and biting her lips in vexation. Her face is that of Tohsaka Rin, but her knees are shaking and her eyes are wavering as if they are about to cry. I don't know if she's filled with sorrow or vexation, but that tells me. She's firm, can do everything, and is a mature magus. But she's just a girl of her age on the inside.
大丈夫だ、トーサカ。みんなまだ息はある。まだ終わったわけじゃない。
Yeah, we need to go to the fourth floor.
息があるってみんなに？
ああ、辛いだろうけど、よく見てみろ。みんなちゃんと生きてる。結界もなくなったし、あとはすぐに助けを呼ぶだけだ。で、この場合は救急車か、それとも違うところか。魔術による傷なら、教会に連絡を入れるべきなのか。
Valid questions, but I think you guys have bigger concerns right now. I ask her in a calm voice. That must have gotten back her reasoning, as she slaps her own face with both hands.
連絡するのは教会でいいわ。綺麗に状況を説明すれば、後の手配は全部やってくれる。
Man, you best not hand everybody over to him. Fate route's any indicator.
よし、じゃあすぐに連絡しよう。
Nodding, Tohsaka runs out into the hallway. She must be heading to the office. There's a phone there, so she should be able to make a call right away. Did you forget that your servant is duking it out on the fourth floor right now? Did you just forget about that? Hello? Shiro? Okay, I know this is high priority, but did he just completely forget that his servant is duking it out right now? I hope Saber has come back. We finish contacting the church and go outside. It'd be troublesome for us if we were the only ones unharmed, so Kodamine ordered us to pretend that we weren't here today.
じゃあセイバー、相手はキャスターだったのか。
She is back. She is back. Okay. I was about to say, man, bro just straight up ignored his own servant.
はい。ゴーレムを操っていたのはキャスターのサーバントでした。校舎に潜んだキャスターを倒しはしましたが、あれは影に過ぎないのでしょう。
Oh, for sure. I see. So it means Castor was controlling those bone creatures from the Ryoto Temple. And Castor was the one who attacked Shinji's servant.
学校にいる4人目のマスターはキャスターのマスターってことだな。あいつのことだ。マスターであるシンジを使ってライダーを罠にはめたってこともある。
Yeah.
そうでしょうね。 シローの話ではライダーは一撃で首を切られている。何らかの理由で動きを封じられ、無抵抗のまま倒されたとしか思えない。
Sheesh.
厄介だな。でもまあ、何せよキャスターのマスターが学校にいるってことは分かったんだ。全くの無駄だったわけでもない。
So there actually is a fourth servant, fourth master at the school. I thought that might be like a reach, but no, there is a fourth one. Who are the possible candidates for who it could be? Right, one of the main ones I've been thinking is Issei, but I don't know. Is it too obvious that it would be the named character? Maybe. If it's somebody we know, I'm guessing either Issei or the world history teacher. That's my assumption. I turn to Tohsaka for confirmation. Tohsaka only stares back at me silently. Since we left the classroom, Tohsaka's only been looking at me as if she wants to say something, as she probably does.
トサカ、言いたいことがあるなら言えって。お前に黙ってられると、なんか背中がムズムズする。
In fear of not knowing when I'll get hit from behind. Tohsaka stares at me for a while, and with a serious face.
エミヤくん冷静なのね。意外だった。
Well, yeah, I guess that would probably be really weird for her, the way he just calmly dealt with that whole situation. Says this.
冷静じゃないぞ。俺だって目の前が真っ赤になった。怒りで我を忘れたのはお互い様だろ。
Your composure was a lot closer to normal than Tohsaka's, at least.
それでもみんなの傷を把握してたじゃない。私にはできなかったけど。
そんなことか。別に大したことじゃない。
Sheesh.
死体は見慣れてるから判断がついただけだ。
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Tohsaka doesn't know about his backstory. That's just, whew, that's just a major thing to come out with.
死体は見慣れてる？
We walk away while we talk. This place will get rowdy once the ambulances arrive. We'll go to the back gate through the woods and get out of the school from there. Status screen updated. Are we about to get jumped in the woods? Okay. Nether Sealing Blood Temple. Is that the only new thing? Do we not have all this information? Or had I just never gone there? Okay. Then.
なんだ
Oh, hey, what's up, Archer?
セイバーがいるとは驚いたな。
As we make our way to the back gate, we run into the late arriving guy.
あーちゃ、あんた今頃やってきて何のつもりよ。
決まっているだろう。主の意地を察して駆けつけたのだ。もっとも遅すぎたようだがな。セイバーがいてリンが無事なら、ことはもう済んでしまったのだろう。
That would be correct.
もう済んじまったわよ。あんたがのんびりしてる間に何が起きたのか、一から聞かせてやるからそこに直れっていうの。
どうやら最悪のまで到着してしまったか。
Perhaps. Oh man, Tohsaka looks pissed. Archer's just like, whoops, I made a mistake even coming. The two argue, leaving us aside. Well, it's just that Tohsaka's yelling at Archer while he's just calmly brushing it off.
やはり仲がいいのですね、あの二人は。リンが怒っているのはアーチャーを信頼していた裏返しですし、それを黙って聞いているアーチャーもリンに申し訳がないからでしょう。
That's a fair read.
言いたいことはわかる。けど、どうしてそれをいちいち俺に言うんだ、セイバー。
いいえ、シローが難しい顔をしていたものですから、代わりに解説してみただけです。
I don't know what's so funny, but Saber's smiling meaningfully. I like it even less.
わかったわかった。次からは体裁など気にしない。
Worry about style?
それで今回の件は分けということにしておく。
Bro was worrying about style? He's trying to stunt on him?
で、結局、脱落したのはどのサーバントだ？
Ryder. He just knows? Archer's expression changes. His usual ironic composure disappears, and he looks like a cold warrior now.
消えたのはライダーのサーバントだ。状況はわからないが、キャスターにやられたんだろ
う。Wait. No, did Tohsaka just not know it was Ryder? That's possible.
キャスターに？では、キャスターはどうなった？よもや無事というわけではなかろう。
それもわからない。ただ、ライダーは一撃で倒されていたから、キャスターは無傷だと思う。
I say so, representing the three of us. Then...
ふぬけめ。所詮口だけの女だったか。
Who? Ryder? Or you dissing Saber?
勝ち抜ける器ではないと思ったが、よもや、ただの一撃で倒されるとは、まったく。
Ryder.
敵と相打つぐらいの気迫は見せろというのだ。
I kind of thought he was dissing Saber for a second for not being able to kill Caster. He goes back to his usual manner and insults the now gone Ryder.
アーチャー、ライダーはマスターを守って死んだ。ふぬけなどとあなたに言う資格はない。
何を言うかと思えば、ふぬけはふぬけだろう。英雄を名乗るのなら、最低限一人は殺さなければ面目が立つまい。それができぬのなら、せめて命がけで相打ちを狙えというのだ。
Or at least put up a fight. But no, I mean, I don't think that's a completely fair assessment when all of the servants are heroes, right? So by that logic, you're complete trash if you can't win. But I mean, she probably could have done a little better than she did. I don't know what the scenario was. She must have been caught, like, off guard.
勝手なことを。それができぬ状態だったからこそ、無抵抗で敗れたのではないか。その散りざまを罵るとは、貴様こそ英雄を名乗るものか。
He's just like us for real.
どのような理由であれ、無様に敗れたことに変わりはあるまい。
I mean, that is true, though.
まあ、確かに英雄であるからというのは失言だったな。英雄であろうがなかろうが、弱ければ死ぬだけだ。この戦いにふさわしくない英雄とやらは、早々に消えればいい。
This dude has a really harsh mentality. Especially given what we thought we learned about him from that one dream, like his, or what I assumed was him, right? His past and how, you know, he was so hell-bent on helping others that, you know, the only person he helped was the one that he couldn't see himself, you know? And now he's just, Maui will die no matter what, and yeah, it's okay to sacrifice lives. What happened? Like...
よく言った。ならば私と戦うか。アーチャー。
Yo! God dang!
お前と？これは驚いたな。何が勘に触ったかは知らんが、協力関係にある者に戦いを挑むとは。
She's calling you trash!
だが残念。私はお前たちと戦うなと令状を下されている。今挑まれてはライダーと同じく無抵抗で倒されるだけだが、そんな相手と戦うのが君の騎士道なのか？
Absolutely not. The two glare at each other without a word.
あーちゃん、そこまでよ。
Tohsaka's quiet voice puts a stop to it.
セイバーと喧嘩してる場合じゃないでしょ。ライダーは消えてマスターも一人脱落した。けど学校にはあと一人正体不明のマスターが潜んでいることは間違いない。 私とエミヤ君の協力条件は学校に潜むマスターを倒すまでよ。それとも何？あなた今度はセイバーと戦うななんてレイジを使わせたいの？
Be a sick use of your last command spell.
そうだな。セイバー殿があまりにも王道ゆえ、からかいに興が乗ってしまった。
The fact that he could just say that was so adherent to her principles that I got too caught up making fun of her.
すまんな、セイバー。私と戦うのは協力関係が終わってからにしてくれ。
Bro just said, "Hey, don't worry, we'll box, just give it some time though."
いいえ、私も大人げがなかったようです。凛に免じて今の発言は聞き流します。
Saber takes a step back while glaring at Archer and stands by my side. Tohsaka moves Archer back as well.
まあ話は今の通りよ。私たちの協力関係はまだ続いている。今日はもう無理だろうけど、明日になれば学校でキャスターのマスターを探すことだってできるわ。
Then could you imagine you are literally getting your soul drained at school and then you have to go back the next day? You literally get part of your soul drained. And they're like, yeah, no, you gotta go back though. Like, you don't get the day off. That'd be tough.
つまりは現状維持ってわけだけど、エミヤ君はそれでいい？
あ、そのつもりだ。それで今日はこれからどうするんだ？やっぱり竜道寺に行ってみるのか？
そんなわけないでしょう。アーチャーの話じゃ竜道寺に行くのは自殺行為だって話だし。
Yeah.
キャスターを倒すんならマスターを探すのが先決よ。
Gonna have to eliminate the weak link there. Caster seems really powerful.
こうか不幸か。キャスターのマスターは毎日学校に来てる。こっちからつついて警戒されるより、今はそれを続けさせた方がいいわ。
I try to think how she came to that conclusion. Tohsaka knew that there's a master at her school. That must mean there's someone there with magical energy other than Shinji. Since Caster appeared, it must mean that master at our school is Caster's master. Additionally, Caster's master is coming to school every day for some reason. It must mean he or she is coming to school every day defenseless rather than staying at the Ryudo Temple under Caster's protection.
つまり誰がマスターなのか確かめた後、竜道寺に戻る前に襲おうって腹か。
It's feeling more and more likely that it's Issei, but I don't want to accept that reality.
そういうこと。どうもね、キャスターのマスターは私とエミヤ君がマスターだって知らないと思うのよ。だって知ってたら学校になんか来ないでしょ。
それはそうだ。じゃあキャスターのマスターはシンジがマスターだってことも知らなかったのかな。
They found out that they were and said, yeah, we're gonna execute them, Order 66 style.
説明はつかないけど、その可能性は高いわ。あれだけ魔術に長けたサーバントを連れておいて、そんな間の抜けた話はないと思うんだけど。
Yeah, even I, who has no knowledge as a master, got this far thanks to Saber. If you had a servant like Caster, I'm sure you wouldn't do something as dangerous as going outside.
それは違う。前提を間違えているんだ、リン。
アーチャー？
キャスターのマスターに自由意志はあるまい。
Yeah, I don't think so either.
いや、自由意志があるつもりでいて、やはりキャスターに操られているのだろう。あの女は人の下につくものではない。マスターなど最初の一手で排除し、都合のいいように扱うだけだ。
You're definitely correct about that. She basically told us that to our face yesterday, or last night, so.
キャスターのマスターは傀儡だっていうの？キャスターに騙されているか、自分がマスターだって忘れさせられてるとか？
I gotta say, it feels quite likely that it could be Issei. Right? Because, I mean, if he's being controlled like that, or just, like, it could explain why he's so tired all the time. But it could also just be Caster draining the energy of the people at the Ryudo Temple, and him never being able to properly recover. And then it's somebody else, like the teacher. I don't know. Those feel like the two main suspects to me, but...
なるほど。本人が意識していないというのは面白いな。本来、サーバントはマスターには手出しができない。マスターを殺害すれば自分が存在できなくなる。逆に、マスターには霊樹がある。 サーバントが逆らえば最悪マスターはサーバントを殺すことができる。となるとマスターは排除するより騙す方が安全だ。
Tohsaka ponders, but I'm not convinced.
そうかな。キャスターはあれだけの悪事を働いてるだろう。それをマスターに隠しているなんてできるのか。サーバントが強ければ強いほどマスターだって警戒心を持つんじゃないか。
その点は問題ない。絵に描いたようなお人よしがマスターであるなら都合のいい言い訳などいくらでもできる。キャスターのマスターもそういう善人なのかもしれんぞ。
It feels like they are really alluding that it could be, Issei. That's what it's feeling like to me.
おい、なんだって俺を見て言うんだよ、お前。
You know what he meant. He may be such a person. He said such a person as well.
何？ここに前例があるからな。キャスターのマスターが間の抜けた人間という可能性とってゼロではない。
I don't know why, the way he worded that. The possibility that Caster's master is stupid is not zero.
なるほど。確かにあなたの言い分には一理ありますね。
He does, actually. He has a very good point, but it's so funny. Hey, why are you agreeing, Saber?
オッケー、わかったわ。キャスターのマスターがどんなやつであれ、とにかく明日も学校に来る可能性は高いでしょ。私たちは引き続き学校の調査で、キャスターのマスターを発見次第襲撃でいいわね。
まあ、それが妥当な線だけど、どうやって探せばいいんだ？
That's a good question.
それは今日の宿題。各自家に帰って考えること。
Alright.
どのみちエミヤ君とセイバーは疲れてるでしょ。ここで無理して倒れられても困るし、今日はここで解散しましょう。
いや、そこまで疲れてるわけじゃない。まだこんな時間だし、今からでも。遠坂。
What is she doing?
いいから言う通りにしなさい。どのみち今日は学校に入れないし、手がかりもゼロでしょ。ここにいても仕方がないし、何よりアーチャーの様子が変だって気づいてないの？
She just came up and she's like, "Shut up!" That's basically what she said to us. That's basically to just shut up and listen to me. But is Archer acting strange? He hasn't. I haven't thought I really didn't think he was acting that strange. He's a little more like. He's a bit less confrontational, I guess. Right? In that, like, he still claps back at people, but before he would be vile when he did it. He's not really been vile today. I don't know.
昨日の今日でエミヤ君と顔合わせなんてしたら、まとまるものもまとまらないじゃない。
Yeah, and he's passively aggressively dissing us repeatedly. But yeah, no. That's fair, you're right.
わかった。帰る。おとなしく帰るから。その。
Don't whisper to me from such close range.
じゃあまた明日ね。もうないだろうけど、夜は気をつけなさいよ。またキャスターなんかに連れ出されたりしたら、それこそ承知しないから。
Dang, my bad. Yeah, I'll just try not to get mind controlled next time.
わかったから帰る。
それと今日はお疲れ様。ちょっとだけだけど、あなたをマスターだって認めてあげたから。
Yeah, no kidding. He's starting to put in work. Tohsaka jumps away from me.
行くわよ、あーちゃん。帰ったら本気でさっきの不始末を追求するからね。
ああ、やはりそうきたか。どうもな。凛にしては口汚さが足りないと思っていた。
I was thinking how unabusive you were. Dude, Archer's hilarious. I'm sorry.
あんたね、ほんと一度とことん白黒つけないとダメなわけ？
Oh god, they put a box. Archer and Tohsaka leave, arguing.
俺たちも帰ろうか。確かに少し疲れたし、今日は早めに夕食にしよ
う。いいですね。その意見には賛成です、シロ。
We'll leave the woods quietly so we won't be seen by anyone. Yeah, I'll pull myself together, go shopping in the shopping district, make a big dinner, and take a rest. We'll talk about Caster and her master after that. Tohsaka calls me after dinner. I guess there wasn't as much damage as we thought there would be at school. It must be because the one who set up the boundary field, Ryder, died quickly. I hear the students that were in the same classroom as Ryder need to stay in the hospital for a long time, but most students just have anemia. I don't actually know how you say that. School's not going to close down, and we'll be having classes like normal tomorrow. Bro, could you imagine you have a large scale medical incident like that most people probably would assume was caused by some fault at the school, and then you just got classes like normal the next day? I'm sorry. No, I'm not going.
シロ、リンは何と言ってきたのですか？
ああ、学校はいつも通りだって。だから明日も学校に行ってキャスターのマスターを探すことになる。
そうですか。では、あの建物にいた人々に大事はなかったのですね。
一部を除いてはな。あ、藤姉が帰ってこないのは職員会議か何かで忙しいからだと思う。
Honestly, when Shinji was freaking out about I didn't kill her, like, I really thought Fujini was on the chopping block. I thought they, like, killed her off as a way to piss Shiro off, right? And Shinji was, like, trying to claim, like, I didn't do it, Shiro, please calm down. Like, I thought that's what that was gonna be, but no, it was, much more crazy than that. Ryder getting one shot.
それはよかった。大河のことですから、明日の朝には何事もなく食卓に座っているでしょう。
Emphasis on the table part of that. Food. Yeah, that's a relief for me as well. Well, since her energy is extraordinary, I stopped worrying about her when I heard everyone's alright.
ではシロ、先ほどの話の続きですが。
She leans over the table with a serious face.
やっぱり諦めてなかったのか、セイバー。
当然です。昨夜のような失態を繰り返さないためにも、私はシロの部屋で眠ります。それに文句はありませんね。
I mean, that's fair. It's probably the right move, but I guess Fujini's just gonna have to accept it. I do have complaints. Having Saber sleep in the same room with me is like telling me to die.
シロ、元はといえば、あれほど離れた場所からの遠隔催眠にかかるあなたが悪い。
Okay, I mean, you're right, but
私ではキャスターの魔術からシロを守ることはできないのですから、せめて同じ部屋にいるのは当然でしょう。魔術の感知は近ければ近いほどいい。キャスターがシロを狙うのなら、私とて離れて眠るなどできません。
Sheesh, that's a convenient excuse.
いや、それは全くもって正論なんだが、セイバー。
I think that Caster won't use the same strategy since she failed once. I think so, but if I say that to Saber right now...
甘い。先ほどのデザート、白玉あんみつチョコまんじゅう並みに甘い。そのような考えだからこそ、キャスターなどという土下道にたぶらかされた挙句、アーチャーのような少年のねじれ曲がった野郎に罵倒されるのです。
I mean, that's not wrong. Yeah, I mean, it would be more or less like that, yeah. I bet you would object like that.
聞いているのですか、シロ。私が女性だからなどという言い訳は聞きません。
Dang, alright.
今夜からシロの部屋で睡眠をとりますから、夜な夜な土蔵などに逃げ出さぬように。
So please do not run away to the shed. Saber glares at me and makes her declaration. Ugh. So she even anticipated that I was going to try to run away to the shed. I'll hold my ground and try to get her to agree on a compromise.
わかった。セイバーにはすぐ近くで眠ってもらう。
ようやく承知しましたか。ええ、マスターとしてそれが当然の選択です。
けど何も同じ部屋ってわけじゃないぞ。俺の部屋、隣に空き部屋があるのを知ってるだろう。襖で締め切った向こ
う。ええ、知っていますが、それが何か。
That face that Saber does right there, that's got to be one of my favorite sprites in the game. That's like sassy look. It's just she's just like, yeah, what about it? Like
その寝込みを守るってならあそこで十分だろう。いや、そもそも同じ部屋で寝てたら敵だって入ってこない。むしろすぐ隣でセイバーが待機しててくれた方が油断して襲ってきた敵を撃退できるじゃないか。
What kind of logic is that? Oh, I think this sounds pretty logical.
それで十分だろう、セイバー。正直、あの狭い部屋で2人っていうのも無理がある。物理的に眠れない。サーバントとしてマスターを寝不足にするのはマイナスだと思うんだが。
今夜はやけに弁が立ちますね、シロ。
You're not kidding.
わかりました。多少言い訳じみたものを感じますが、いいでしょう。その案で手を打ちます。
That is 100% an excuse. Good. Man, being a master is hard enough. If I sleep in the same room as Saber on top of that, I bet my brain will overheat. And the chaotic day comes to an end. It's becoming more like a habit now as I trained with Saber until 11 and spent an hour doing my routine in the shed. I get back to my room when the date changes. I hear Saber's breathing from the next room. My heart jumps at that, but I try to calm down as I get into my futon. I close my eyes, shake off any wicked thoughts, and tell myself to go to sleep as fast as I can.
ってそう簡単に眠れるか、バカ。
Yeah, I feel that. I try not to be conscious of Saber and recall what happened today. The Red School. The boundary field of blood that would have created lots of victims if we hadn't stopped it. That causes my restless mind to stop. The students on the floor of the red classroom. She was desperately burying all of it. Ryder on the floor and the students that looked like they were dead. Oh, I remember now. At that instant, I figured out the deep part of her.
次に会ったら殺すわ。だって敵同士でしょ、私たち。
So much for that, right? She acted as a magus, but she never crossed the final line. She's firm, strong-willed, and magnificent, but she's outrageously good-natured. That difference must be her burden. How clumsy of her. The more she tries to act as a magus, the more she kills her true self as Tohsaka Rin.
いや、俺も人のことは言えないか。
I sigh and pull the blanket over my head. Well, I guess there's something wrong with me. For thinking that I want to be a support for such a perfect girl. Yeah, they fell for each other 100%. We'll check for a dream. It's probably a dream, right? It's been a dream most days. If there's a dream, we'll go through that. I see a dream. I see a memory that I cannot reach through a small connected circuit. For what did he fight, and for what did he keep running? He never told anyone about his motives. Everyone around him saw him as either obstinate or a weird person. And on top of it all, he didn't talk much, so I bet he was thought to be ruthless. His intentions were not known. At the very least, nobody knew about them. He never talked about his intentions even after he became a hero and was burdened with many things. That's why he appeared suspicious to the people around him. It's because nobody knows his intention. He conveniently saves people in danger, but nobody knows why he is doing what he does. See, it's inevitable that people would feel uneasy about him. He should have had a reason. Greed, pride, selfishness, lust, vengeance, or devotion. Simple reasons like those which are easy to understand. If he'd had any one of them, such an end should not have awaited him. His reward for success was always betrayal. The things he picked up sifted through his fingers like grains of sand. He got used to it. He got used to it like an idiot. From the very beginning, his reward was not what he received from the people he saved, but the pure action of saving someone. The repetition of it makes me so mad that I want to punch him, and it also makes me want to cry. The reason he was called a hero. His intention was never revealed to anyone. Nobody around him knew, and he, the only one who had to know, eventually forgot about it himself. That is why I shed tears in spite of myself. To the miracle that in the long, long path between the start and the goal, where what is right or wrong is not definite, he never strayed from his original goal. And the end comes. An excellent savior is only trouble for everyone except the ones he saves. He knew his limits and the vastness of the world. He accepts what can be saved and what cannot be saved. That is why he at least wanted people within his sight to be happy. Many scorned it as hypocrisy and as blind idealism. There were more enemies than allies, and he died at their hands. So this is not a place in this world. This place is the end of him. The illusion that he saw on the verge of his death. The only pride he had within himself. The hero that used this scenery as his weapon falls into his own darkness in the end. The hill of swords that he reached. His battle atop this hill, surrounded by rusted steel without a wielder. His battle ends atop this hill, He is still alone. But he thinks that there is nothing to regret if he was able to save everyone that appeared within his sight. And he smiles in satisfaction, lets go of the sword, and crumbles down. That's why he never had any regrets. His objective was already accomplished long ago. From the start, he ran with his utmost effort, not for himself, but for strangers who shouldn't have meant anything to him. Alright, we are going to call it here. Bookmark. Okay, so this was another great episode. Unlimited Blade Works really does... It just hasn't slowed down. It has not slowed down at all. Right? Fate Route was pretty slow at this point, right? But Unlimited Blade Works is like full speed ahead, man. It's... Whew, man, I'm loving it so far. Today, it was another intense episode. So, we had the, we had the training with, Saber at the beginning, and it turns out that Shiro's actually getting better, like, legitimately better. And that's very interesting to me. Like, he might have a chance at being, like, an actual swordsman, right? Like, who fights like Archer, because they made it sound like Archer doesn't have some, like, supernatural powers that can't be matched. It's training. He just trained and trained and trained, and they're saying, like, Shiro could do that, right? Saber seems convinced. And then after that, he goes to school, and I mean, you have the scenes with Tohsaka. I mean, not much of a shippy person, but I really like them together so far. I just like how they interact and how they bounce off each other. So just seeing them just, spending just, chill time together is always really nice. I really enjoyed that. And it's pretty obvious that in this route, they're falling for each other, like, pretty hard. I don't think there's really any doubt about it. We'll see how it ends up, but it's pretty obvious how they're feeling in that regard. And then, of course, from there we jump straight to the boundary field being activated, which, man, did that happen so much earlier in this route. Absolutely insane how much earlier it happened, and it wasn't even like it went the exact same as the Fate route, so the boundary field was activated, and it was by Shinji, right? But Ryder just one-shotted by Caster? Good lord. Like, wow. This route is proving to be something crazy. I thought Ryder was going to be way more prevalent in this route. Honestly, I did. But they said, psych, you thought. And I was just wrong. I was wrong about that. So it seems obvious that Caster and Assassin are going to be more relevant on this route. So maybe that means Ryder will get a good amount of screen time on the next route. Excuse me. But, yeah, no, just Ryder dying there is just insane, man. Like, we're already down a servant. I mean, it's potentially, like someone like Lancer is gone too, like that we haven't seen yet. Like, we have no information on whether he's alive or not, so at least one is already gone, which is insane. Yeah, we're like 4 episodes in. We're like 4 episodes into Unlimited Blade Works, so it's moving. It's moving. And they're really showing how strong Caster is, because, like, Ryder, like, that was a legit fight for Saber, like in the Fate route. That was a legit fight. I mean, she was in a much more advantageous situation, right, in their actual fight, like Ryder was. Saber kind of was whooping on her in the school, but like one shot though. Like Saber never did that. Saber never did that. So it really calls into question just how strong Castor is, because we never really got an answer to that question. It was just Gilgamesh annihilated her. Right, Castor that is. And so we never had any true knowledge of how strong she was. So it's just very interesting. And beyond that, we have pretty much confirmation that there's a fourth master at the school. I'm going to assume it's Issei. But I mean, maybe that's the wrong assumption. It would really explain his like sleep deprivation, right? But I guess it would also make sense for him to feel that sleep deprivation, like just for being at the Ryoto Temple, because you know Castor's like draining everyone's magical energy or whatever, just their energy. So I don't know. I feel like my gut tells me Issei's involved, but he could very, like they were saying in the woods though, right? They said in the woods during their talk that Castor's master may very well not have any clue what's going on, right? I'd like to think that Issei has no clue what's going on. I like Issei, right? I don't want him to be a goon. So anyways, I don't know how much more I have to say for this episode. This was an amazing episode again, right? This route has just slapped so far, right? It just back to back to back to back, like big episodes, right? There has not been like a sleeper episode yet. I'm really enjoying it so far. I really hope it's gonna keep this up, because I don't mind the slow moments, but the way, like how fast it's been going, right? And not even in like it's moving too fast way, just how much is happening all the time. It's just crazy, man. I love it. Anyways, is there much more to talk about? I guess we could kind of talk about the woods, Archer, like acting a little weird. I don't think there's much to say there though. It was just, you know, probably because of the command spell. I mean, maybe it's not, but I'd assume it was just that command spell combined with seeing Shiro again after he tried to kill him the night before, you know? Maybe there's more to that. For now, I don't really have any reason to believe there's more to it, so I'm just going to assume that's it. Talking in the Woods was fun, but not much more than that. But anyways, I think that's all for real this time that I have to talk about for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I certainly did. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, just overall, of course. But that'll be all for this episode. Hopefully the next episode will be out a little faster. I mean, this one wasn't out like super duper slow, but it's a little slower than I would have liked. I'm not gonna bother making excuses. I mean, there was like a birthday, but mainly just that I didn't get around to recording until a little too late. Yeah, my fault. I need to get my sleep schedule in check. But anyways, next episode should hopefully be out a little sooner than this one is, compared to the last one. I'd like to at least be doing 2 to 3 videos a week at some point, if I can. So, whenever that episode comes out, I hope to see you guys there. Peace.